The Honda Civic has grown a very strong reputation over the last few decades for being one of the best compact cars you can buy. With its fuel-efficient and wide range of powertrains, good resale value, and durability, no wonder why so many people love to flock to this vehicle. So let's go ahead and check out this 2001 Honda Civic Coupe. Now, as far as styling goes on the Civic, I've always thought that the Civic has been one of the best looking vehicles in the class of compact vehicles, and that's even still true today. And back in 2001, this vehicle was actually pretty darn good looking, especially when you got to the rear with the sharp looking taillights. And then the headlights have a nice sleek design to them too. Now here goes the key fob for the Civic. It's your typical little remote keyless entry system. This is the early 2000s here. Your lock, unlock, and then your panic button too. Now it is a red exterior color, of course, with the full-on gray cloth interior. Full manual driver's seat adjustments. Now, stepping on inside of the Civic here, I have to say that this interior doesn't feel all that cramped, to be honest. It actually feels kind of spacious for a compact vehicle. And the interior design is very stylish, especially for 2001. As you can see, ours has an aftermarket radio. Missed that old Honda chime. And what you're hearing there is a 1.7 liter inline 4-cylinder engine. Now coming to your transmission, you have the optional 4-speed automatic transmission. Now if you do go for the HX models, you do get a CVT automatic, but our model we have here is a EX model. And then there was also a 5-speed manual that was optional too. And here goes your e-brake right here. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards. Automatic driver's side window. Let's go ahead and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Overall, I think this generation Civic has aged pretty well. Halogen headlights, of course. Now under the hood here we have the very reliable 1.7 liter inline 4-cylinder engine, producing 127 horsepower at 6,300 RPM and 114 pound-feet of torque at 4,800 RPM, with EPA estimates being 26 in the city and 34 on the highway, which is pretty reasonable. It also runs on regular unleaded fuel, and it is front-wheel drive. Of course, this powertrain also does have VTEC 2 in it. And then we'll see what this baby could do when we hit the road later in the video. Now, competitors for the Civic back in 2001, you had the vehicles in the compact class, of course, and you had its arch enemy, the Toyota Corolla. You also did have the Ford Focus, Dodge Neon, as well as the Plymouth Neon too, and then the Chevrolet Cavalier as well, and the Nissan Sentra. The Honda Civic was certainly one of the best selling compact vehicles in 2001. Ours also has a moonroof visor. Just had to point that out. Little rear wing spoiler, rear window defroster. Like I said, this is the EX trim. Power windows, power door locks, and your power mirrors are located up there next to the steering wheel. Nice soft touch armrest. And let's go ahead and rev it up. So driving the 2001 Honda Civic Coupe here. Now I have to say, the best part about driving this vehicle is probably its pretty sharp handling. I'm actually quite impressed with its handling here. And the steering isn't heavy, but it's not super light feeling either. Anyone can still pick up driving this vehicle real quick. And the ride quality is okay. It's not plush, but it's not jarring either. It's kind of in between, kind of like how Hondas have kind of always been. And same with handling, it's kind of in between. It's not super numb feeling, but it's not super heavy either. It actually feels, to be honest, just right. It actually gives a decent amount of feedback to the driver. With that being said, the 1.7 liter 4-cylinder powertrain here is pretty good on power. The fuel efficiency is what you're really looking at here. And the fuel efficiency is pretty good. Like I said, it earns 26 in the city and 34 on the highway. Now, I wasn't expecting this vehicle to be exhilarating in the amount of power it has, since it only has 127 horsepower. But this was actually the generation that not many enthusiasts tended to like of the Civic, and this was the generation that the SI model went bye-bye in 2001. So that kind of made the car enthusiasts for the Civic SI Coupe kind of mad. So overall, I think the 2001 Honda Civic Coupe is a really great compact vehicle. I actually just kind of want one just to ride around in as an everyday car. I think the interior is roomy. The ride quality is not jarring, but it's not the most plush riding vehicle. The steering feels just right, and the powertrain is very fuel efficient too. No wonder why so many people love to flock to the Honda Civic. Very nice. Now, build quality and materials for the Civic. It's typically always been one of the main strong points for the Civic. Materials are hard to the touch in some places, but the graining of the plastics are pretty nice. Doesn't have a cheap, scratchy feeling kind of plastic feel. And this is soft touch right here on this portion of the dash. Nice and soft touch, and the graining is really nice. Build quality is actually pretty darn good too. Not many interior trim and pieces creak a whole lot inside of here and make a whole lot of noise, which is pretty nice. So overall, I'm very impressed with the build quality and materials for this generation Civic here. Now, coming up here, we do have a manually dimming rearview mirror. Since we do have the EX trim, we also do get a sunroof, the sliding shade, map lights, and then back in 2001, it would just be a regular old radio system, AM, FM, CD player, or a cassette deck. We also do have your AC controls located on the left hand side right here, your fan speeds, temperatures, and your different zones. 12-volt power outlet, cup holders, little storage cubby right there. And we do have a little armrest right here too, which is nice. And here's your sunroof controls over here. Honda used to love to put their sunroof controls over here. And then you have your cruise control button right here too. and then your intermittent windshield wipers. Coming to the gauges, love the gauges for this generation Civic here. The font is bold, crisp, and clear, very easy to read. We have your speedometer right there, and then your tach, and then your fuel gauge is down there too. Overall, this is fairly basic, but this was pretty nice back in 2001. As far as seating comfort goes, the seats are pretty darn comfortable too, and they offer a pretty good amount of support, especially for the side bolsters. Thigh support is also good as well. As far as rearward visibility goes, visibility is okay. The rear quarter window is actually pretty darn big, and the seat pillars not too big, but visibility isn't too shabby. It's actually pretty good for a coupe, I have to say. Outward visibility is also good as well. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut it down. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Trunk is not too shabby. It's actually pretty big. Now to get into the rear seats, it's pretty easy to do. You have to pull this up and then go like that. And then you just hop right in. And I have to say, I'm actually quite surprised on how roomy it is back here and how comfortable it is. Honestly, I could probably take a decent trip inside of this vehicle back here. It's not too bad in back here. There's a decent amount of leg room and a decent amount of headroom too. We do have a single map pocket, and the seats themselves provide a decent amount of support as well. Very nice. Very impressed. And then to get out, just go like this. Push on that with your foot. Very easy to get in and out. And then you have your glove box, of course. Alright. So the 2001 Honda Civic was an excellent choice for a compact vehicle due to its very fuel-efficient powertrain, its roomy interior, many features available, and its sleek styling. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.